I'm ditching a $250 pair of earbuds for a $50 pair, and here's why. I've wanted earbuds for a long time, but I couldn't justify spending the money unless I had a good reason to do so. So I got that reason with this new job that I got. What's the best out there? And I got on YouTube and I'm looking up all these different kind of reviews. These right here are the Edifier TWS1s. And from what I heard, these were $50 and they are the best one of that price range for clarity, phone calls, music, you name it. And they have really good bass. And I'm like, all right, that sounds great. So for $50, I would like those. So I put those in my Amazon wish list, and my brother-in-law actually bought those for me for Christmas. So I've been using those for months, right? But I wanted the nice ones. When I listened to the reviews, each one had their own characteristics that made them awesome. So the Soundcore Liberty Air 2 Pros, I heard those were best for phone calls. And then I heard that these, and I don't remember the name, the Sony WX something, they were the most expensive at $250, but they were the best. The sound quality blew people's socks off, but I cannot spend that much money on them, right? So what I did is I got on Amazon and I found the Liberty Air 2 Pros and I bought them. And as soon as I put them in my ears, I did not like them. Now, everybody's a little different. Some people, they want the ear pod hanging just on their ear. I want it inside my ear canal. And one reason for that is because I think that you get better sound. It blocks everything out, and I'm just used to it. Because before I got earpods, I used this to listen to all of my music. This is a Impal BH129 Bluetooth receiver. And with a Bluetooth receiver, it's awesome because you can connect your phone to it, and then you can take any pair of regular headphones and turn them into Bluetooth headphones. I worked in a factory, that's why these are zip tied up and Velcroed. I stuck this inside my hard hat, plugged it into here, that's why there's Velcro on the bottom of that, stick them in my hard hat, have these running down, and I would listen to music. And these are about $25. These are plug phones. And they actually have an earplug rating and they produce really good sound. So I like how those stick inside my ear canal, and I think that's why the sound on those are so good. Not necessarily because of the way they're made, but just the way that they go in and sit inside your ear. The Edifiers, the way they sit inside your ear, that goes right there inside your ear canal. But the way it's shaped, it doesn't push any other part of your ear. It just sits right in there and you're good to go. The Soundcores, they sat on your ear, but they don't really go in your ear. They look like they do, but they don't. And I didn't like them. And then the sound, the bass just wasn't deep enough. And even though the equalizer worked and they were clear, I just instantly knew these are not for me. I let my wife try it and she didn't like them either. So I sent them back, $130 pair. I sent them back. I asked my wife, I was like, all right, what do you think about getting those Sonys? How about that, 250 bucks? I know they're expensive, but I listen to them every day. I use my earphones every day. Why not get these, right? So she said yes. I got them in the mail. I put them in my ears, and wow, I'm gonna give you an honest review. These are amazing. Okay, the sound quality on those, they are crisp and clean. I heard sounds in songs that I didn't even know were there, between sound effects and secondary vocals. And when I listen to music, it was like opening up a world, and I'm like, whoa, that was something new. And I realized right off the bat, these are of a different caliber. And I played with the bass, and they hit pretty good, and it's got some good bass to it. So I took these to work. And I listened to them for one day. And throughout the day, my ears started to hurt. The inside ear canal and the outside at the same time. Now let me preface this with the Apple earphones. They hurt my ears, just the way my ear is shaped. And I think my ears are hard and stiff. But when I have pressure up against the outside, it hurts. And kind of like if you have those foam earplugs that you stick in your ear and they expand. If you get a pair that's too big, your ear hurts and it's raw by the end of the day, and that's what those earphones felt like. It was the inside of my ear canal, but most importantly, it was the outside. It was so tender that when I went to go push the button, it hurt. But I wore them anyways, and I kept listening to them, but then the sound started to get annoying because it hit those frequencies and it had a good range, but it just had this higher pitched, in your face sound to it, this crispness to it, crispness to it that I just didn't like. So I put these back in. And what I realized is the mids and the highs in the Edifiers are not as crisp. They're not as clean. Actually, when I first tried these, I didn't know if I was gonna get used to them because I felt like I was straining to hear the mids and the highs. But after wearing them for a while, I fell in love with these headphones. It's not about the price, it's not about the $250 compared to the $50, it's the sound. I would say these are like having a really, really nice speaker, but it's right in front of your face, all right? And this is like being in a room surrounded by sound. These, you feel like you're immersed in it. When the bass hits, it's not a hard bass, it's a smooth. It literally feels like you're in the room and you can feel it. You might disagree with me, you might think completely different. Like I said, these are amazing. The case, really nice, responsive. It turns green when you open it up. You stick these in your ears and they do create a really good seal. The noise canceling and the ambient sound is phenomenal. The ambient sound, what it does is it takes the microphone from the headphones and it picks up the sound around you and then plays it inside your ears. There's an app that you can connect to this. You can adjust how much ambient sound it lets in. And it was great on the job because I didn't have to listen to all the traffic around me. It would block out most of that, but I was able to hear the work that I was doing, but yet not everything. And I could have both earphones in at the same time and still fully be aware of my surroundings. The touch responsiveness, when you touch the sides of them, these are excellent. So you might want these for $250. You might want these, but I just want to tell you for $50, if I could recommend any, this is what I would recommend. And if you can't afford any of these, because let's just face it, $50 is the cheap end of the spectrum when it comes to headphones. These are 5 times cheaper than those, but $50 is a lot just to play music in your ears. So what I did, like I said, is I used a Bluetooth receiver and headphones. The plug phones were amazing. For 25 bucks, I use these when I do lawn work, when I cut the grass, when I operate a chainsaw, I use these. And I would still highly recommend these. I use this in my truck right now to listen to music through the speakers. So if you can't afford these, get this. If you can afford whatever you want, I would try these. And if you don't like them, try these, or vice versa. Now, my brother-in-law, he loves the Soundcore Liberty Air 2 Pros, absolutely loves them. And the sound in them actually is really good. That's what I wish somebody would have told me. That's my review. Hope you liked it. Hope you come back. Like always, work harder and smarter. Stay diligent.